You! Get back here! After him, goddammit!
Dudley Lynch. It's been a while.
It's no good. We need to get closer. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Getting close and steer him off the tar. Step on it, huh? Just give me a little closer. Hit him. Clear this asshole off the road. Let's see how fast he runs on bare rims. I've had less scrapes in a bumper car. You're under arrest, asshole.
Dudley Lynch.
I didn't mean for him to fall. I swear to Christ I didn't. I just wanted to keep him away from Shannon. He was taking advantage of her.
It's out of my hands, Lynch. Claim self-defense and see if Miss Perry will testify on your behalf. You can drive.
Factory is closed. Has been for years. Not much call for ice anymore with all those newfangled refrigerators.
Save it for someone who wants to hear it. How many janitors carry a gat?
That's one way of announcing we're here.
Give it up, Finkelstein. Your brother-in-law will get you a good lawyer.
My brother-in-law hates my guts.
I got you now, motherfucker! I'm wide open here.
I ain't running out of friends or guns.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Soon.
Give me some goddamn cover.
Let's see if I can't put one right between your eyes.
Move, I got
I'm gonna put holes in you, asshole.
You're clear, go!
I'm gonna put holes in you, asshole. This one's got your
Stay down! You're covered, Phelps.
Boys, I walk.
I got it! The son of a bitch is limping! Yeah!
Stay in cover. Lips dry. They're all dead, Finkelstein. Leave the weapon and put your hands up now.
Put my hands up. Sure. Then what? Cop to peddling the dope? Cut a deal? Ship me off to the queue? Soon as I get locked up, some old friend puts an ice pick above my ear? No thanks.
Only one other way out, shitheel.
So it comes down to this. If I go to Mickey, he cuts me.
Let's have a look around, now that we've finally got some peace and quiet. This stuff has got to be worth at least 100 grand.
So Finkelstein robbed the ship?
My guess is Lenny took it off their hands. This is big. This is going to make the papers, Phelps. As senior investigator, I'll do the talking.
Well, well, who would have thought that Roy Earl's hand-picked new partner would have turned out to be such a great case man? This is a good result, Phelps. As far as we can tell, Lenny the Fink was moving the morphine across the city and as far north as Frisco. This makes the feds very happy, and it makes Mickey Cohen look bad. I won't lie to you, kid. I like the headlines. I like them a lot. You keep this squad in the papers, and we'll get along just fine. You know a Freddie Calhoun?
Sure, I know
Freddie
Freddie.
needs money to get out of town. Says he's prepared to blow the whistle on a primo reefer distribution ring. Says he
Has he said how much it's going to cost?
$50.
And the department will front me the 50?
You can put in an expense claim. He's over at Mike Lyman's on Hollywood Boulevard. See what you can find out. Get moving, Phelps. Roy's informant is the skittish type.
$50? Do they think I'm made of money?
No, you just look like you're made of money.
Oh, very good. The kid's on form. I'd say on a scale of dull to scintillating, you're a solid tedious today, which you can be pleased with.
Do you ever listen to yourself?
I don't have the same voices in my head as you do, Cole.
Whatever kind of look you were going for.
trying to imagine you with a personality.
Get this. Middle of the afternoon, this crazy woman decides to set fire to the hotel she lives in. A fire... Fine. But if the skipper sees us driving around in this, we're dead.
Did they send some uniforms round to get her?
No, that's the best part. The desk sergeant, he gets his share of crank calls, says, "All right, Lady Nero, why don't you come on down here?" An hour later, she shows. Hair still smoking,
Any available unit, the 44 suspect to be taken into custody as Sunset and Ivar. Unit to handle code 2 identified.
Detective Phelps.
Look, Phelps, in a minute, a bagman named Rampley's gonna walk in here and put a mint on some horse running in the fifth. We don't care about Rampley so much as we want his boss. He's the one we're gonna put away for fixing the race.
You're hoping Rampley will lead us to him?
Bingo. Here's what you're gonna do. Get in there, blend in, wait for our mark. You'll be in a dark coat. Wait until he hands over the cash, then tail him. Good luck.
I'll wait outside. Keep an eye on the place.
I think his name is Phelps. He brought in that case of that poor lady killed near City Hall.
Give me $1,000 on Cavalcade in the 5th.
Hey, come on. This ain't New York.
You gotta be kidding me.
Any available
We're
unit,
driving
the
this?
44 suspect to be
Get
taken
this.
into custody as Sunset
Middle of the
and
afternoon,
Ivar.
this
Unit to
crazy woman decides to set fire to the...
Any available unit, the 44 suspect to be taken into custody as Sunset and Ivar. Unit to handle code 2 identified.
Car 11K. We'll handle the outstanding suspect.
Roger 11.
Detective Phelps.
Look, Phelps, in a minute, a bagman named Rampley's gonna walk in here and put a mint on some horse running in the fifth. We don't care about Rampley so much as we want his boss. He's the one we're gonna put away for fixing the race.
You're hoping Rampley will lead us to him?
Bingo.
Here's what you're gonna do. Get in there, blend in, wait for our mark. You'll be in a dark coat. Wait until he hands over the cash, then tail him. Good luck.
I'll wait outside. Keep an eye on the place.
Give me $1,000 on Cavalcade in the 5th.
Hey, come on. This ain't New York. You playing hide and seek, Mac?
Got it, boss. A full G. She's coming in at 20 to 1. You and I are about to retire.
LAPD, you're both under arrest.
How are we going to look getting around in this thing, Cole?
Car 11K calling KGPL. Ambulance required at Sunset and Ivar. Shots fired and suspects are down. We're code 4, but I'll need an ambulance in a corner.
Roger that, 11K. All units be advised, the 484 at Sunset and Ivar is code 4. Suspects are down.
Can you drive to this one?
There's a little sneak. That's him in the back, Cole.
God damn it all. I asked them to hold the mayo.
I just don't.
Freddie, you're looking good.
You're gonna help me, right?
That's what I'm here for.
You got the money?
The 20? Sure, right here.
20? I said...
You want the money or the alternative?
Tell us about the reefer, Freddie.
Who's he?
Another good Samaritan. Answer the question.
Brass comes from Tijuana. They bring in 50 pounds a week.
50 pounds? Are you hallucinating, Freddie?
Gets stashed at a house at 1452 North Las Palmas.
Names, Freddie.
The guy at the house is a spick that goes by the name Juan Garcia Cruz. Well, be careful. He likes guns. Now, do I get my money?
Do me a favor, Freddie. Spend the money on a bus ticket. You can't last forever on a snitch jacket.
Let's go visit this Cruz character. 50 pounds of dope. Crazy.
That cherry pie was...
So...
You believe his story? Sure. A hophead like Freddy would raffle his sister for his next score.
All units, officers need help. Hollywood.
What have we got?
3 guys tried to knock the place over and got jumped. Now they got a half dozen patrons and staff for insurance.
Do we know the situation inside?
2 inside covering the hostages, plus this charmer at the front door. We need to do something about him now, sir. He won't negotiate, and he'll kill this poor bastard if we don't put him down.
You come any closer, I'll pull the trigger. You make... Move up!
Hurry! There's still someone in there!
Car 11K, code 4 at Hollywood First National Bank, corner of Hollywood and Highland. Suspects are down. I need an ambulance and notify the coroner.
Roger on the ambulance, 11K. All units be advised, suspects are down at Hollywood First National at the corner of Hollywood and Highland.
You know the way. You can drive.
Are you trying to mow them down?
Call for help. I'll try and find a way in.
Calling KGPL. Officer 1452 North Las Palmas. Shots fired and officers need help at 14...
I'll ask you politely to move on. Next time I won't be so nice.
You guys don't half leave a mess. What happened?
Dope peddler, Juan Cruz. He opened fire and, well, the rest of the story tells itself. A silver dollar. I thought they took these things out of circulation. Juan Garcia Cruz. This is his address, but this place looks like a front.
Catch all the good ones, Phelps.
Is this a drug or a village in Borneo? Doesn't appear to be in Spanish.
Doesn't anyone eat regular meals anymore? Junkies feeding on popcorn and grasshoppers living on soup.
I don't think this is going to help us. Not everything here is going to be relevant. Maybe these are the guys keeping Juan so well stocked with soup. I doubt it. Junk. Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Parnell Soup Company, a head office or factory in the Los Angeles area.
Just a second, Detective. Only one address listed, 6310 Fountain Avenue.
Thank you.
I need to get back to it, Phelps. Another day, another dollar.
Detectives, you'll want to come meet Mr. Fickman, the neighbor. Sounds like he's got something for you.
Detectives Phelps and Earl. We were told you...
Always knew they were up to no good. Son of a bitch spent more time in the chicken coop than in his house.
Thank you, sir. That's very helpful. And next time you witness suspect behavior through the crack in your curtains, please call us before something like this happens.
fine. But if the skipper sees us driving around in this, we're dead. We missed something at the cruise place. Let's go back.
I hope things work out. I need the job, but they tell me nothing.
You seem like a nice boy, Detective. But if you have any more questions, you really should direct them toward Mr. Parnell.
You're behind the wheel.
Do we know where we're going?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes. Incidental. Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Ha! Phelps, you jump like a girl.
Now we're getting somewhere.
More soup? Who in the hell keeps a secret stash of soup?
You hungry or something, Phelps?
I'd say that's pretty good value for 12 cents.
Factory sealed. Someone at the cannery has a lot of explaining to do.
With Juan dead, we need a new suspect, Cole. Is there a pattern to the deliveries?
This guy EJ seems to be bringing in most of the serious weight. Dates and times seem pretty regular. We should notify the border crossing.
Those fuckers are probably in on it. Let's wait and see how this plays out.
You catch all the good ones.
Can you drive to this one? Carruthers says the morphine is still turning up.
Makes sense. We have no idea how much of the... Right. Let's see if we can find out who's been over-seasoning the soup in this place.
LAPD. Who owns this factory, ma'am?
Mr. Parnell. Howard Parnell. I'll let him know you're here. Please, take a seat.
If you don't mind, we'll come with you.
If you must.
You just wanted to follow her, didn't you? You sly dog. I must apologize for my partner's roving eye. He hates saying goodbye, but he loves watching them leave.
Give it a rest, Roy.
If you could show these men in to see Mr. Parnell, Doris. They're from the LAPD.
Follow me, gentlemen.
What is going on?
LAPD, sit tight, fatso. You could be in very serious trouble.
There's no reason to be rude. Take a seat, gentlemen. I'm sure we can sort this all out.
Maybe you can explain why we found $5 bags of marijuana in sealed Parnell soup cans.
That's an outrageous allegation.
How do you explain it, Chubby? We found at least 30 cans, all sealed up tight with your label on them.
Can I get a list of your employees?
Of course. We have nothing to hide. Doris, can you bring me in the current employee listing?
Here it is, Mr. Parnell.
On the desk, please.
Any name on that list that rings a bell?
This is familiar. 1452 North Las Palmas. A Jorge Garcia Cruz. The factory sealed cans we found suggest a very professional operation, Mr. Parnell. We're looking for an inside man.
I know nothing about this. I want this stopped as much as you do.
You must suspect someone, Mr. Parnell.
Are you sure it isn't someone who stole some of my labels? That would be pretty easy to do.
How are your sales, Mr. Parnell?
Just fine and dandy, son. We're entering a new era of prosperity. I hope you're both big soup eaters.
Mr. Parnell, do you know what kind of trouble you're in? Come clean with us.
Okay, so things are a little flat. We're deciding whether to lower production. It's taken a while to adjust to not having any military contracts. You know, we sold Uncle Sam 5 million cans of minestrone.
Ever heard of Juan Garcia Cruz?
Not that I know of.
He has a brother employed here. You know him?
We employ large numbers of Mexicans. I'm not familiar with them all.
That's funny, Parnell. He has the same address as his brother Juan, who we shot dead less than an hour ago. You better give me something.
Look, I'm not involved in this. I'm getting enough grief from Washington. There's an investigation going on into profiteering. Like a guy shouldn't be able to turn a buck while the war is on.
I'm sure thousands of dead Marines sleep soundly knowing that you did okay. Tell us about Jorge Garcia Cruz.
Jorge? I had no idea of his last name. His team does daily maintenance on the conveyor belts and cookers.
You're being made a patsy by a dope ring, Parnell, and you're happy to sit here and let it happen.
You want my help? I said I'd help. You want to call me names? You can go fuck yourself.
We'd like to take a look around the factory floor, Mr. Parnell.
I hope we won't have to shut down the line.
No, nothing like that.
Thank you. I'm grateful for that. I'll show you around myself.
I hate seeing how things are made. This is going to be like that time I went to the slaughterhouse and couldn't eat steak for a week.
papers.
This is where the produce comes in. We peel and sort all of the vegetables and add them to the line in regular quantities.
Fascinating.
Why don't you keep quiet? Might learn something.
Oh, good God. This really is turning into some nightmare school trip flashback.
This is the hopper, which boils and purees the vegetables. The other hopper is for the pasta. This way, please.
You're loving this, aren't you, Phelps?
The soup is ladled automatically into cans. Next stage is labeling.
I'd like to see the packing and dispatch area, if you don't mind.
Sure. It's over here. Follow me. This is one of our dispatchers. Sergio, right?
Yes, sir.
These men are from the LAPD. Sergio here records our outgoing deliveries. They all go in the book, just there on the desk.
Can I have a look at that coin?
Sure, why not?
Silver dollar, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The markings on it say it's been taken out of circulation.
Maybe. I'm not trying to buy anything with it. I like it. Brings me luck.
Do you have access to the canning area?
I do. But I keep to my station. Loading and unloading. Don't care much for soup.
Sergio, if you don't give me something, I'm gonna go to Immigration Services and have you deported.
I get a shipment once every 2 weeks. Ernesto does the driving. I don't know his full name. Gets delivered here at night, or he gets it canned up. From here, it gets sent all over the country.
We're looking for repeat business in large amounts, Cole.
What's going on, Parnell? There's enough soup going to this place every day to feed a company of Marines.
What are you talking about?
So what next?
Talk to the dispatcher. Even if Parnell is the fall guy, it's these guys who handle the goods.
What do you know about the 20th century market?
Nada. I get the orders from upstairs. I send the goods where I'm told.
And you don't know Juan Garcia Cruz?
No, not me.
Juan Garcia Cruz is dead, lunkhead. His brother works here nights. What can you tell us, Sergio?
I'm just a dispatcher. Juan was crazy. Udo loved guns.
That's it for now, Sergio. If we need to speak to you again, we'll put in a call to Mr. Parnell.
If you have to, I guess.
We will be in touch, Mr. Parnell. It is imperative that things appear as normal here. Keep an eye on Sergio in case he gets tempted to blow the whistle.
Thanks. I'll do that. You're going to overlook my little immigration problem, aren't you?
Cheer up, Fatso. We're gonna let you go on squeezing these poor saps a little while longer. Well, until some commie union types infiltrate this place. I am glad to be out of that place. I never knew fresh vegetables could smell so bad.
Son of a bitch!
How many years have you been in Vice, Roy?
More years than I want to own up to, Phelps.
Straight over the next intersection.
You have any idea who Rojas was talking about?
Stay straight on this road.
The gringo runs the operation? Could be anybody. You don't expect those morons to be running the show, do you? If you asked Rojas how much a silver dollar was worth, he'd probably say 50 cents.
Make a right turn.
Sit tight. Let's take a look at what's going on.
Either these customers are serious soup lovers, or I think we found our middleman.
Car 11 King to KGPL.
Car 11 King, go ahead.
I'm requesting assistance in a B-Wagon at 20th Century Markets, 1558 North Highland. Numerous narcotic suspects. Code 2 only, no sirens.
11K, roger.
Okay. Cavalry should be here any minute.
LAPD, nobody move!
I'll take my chances.
Whatever you're carrying, hand it over. I'd say he's got about half a can left. I guess that makes me a pessimist.
You can't take me in.
Take you in? Be glad he didn't shoot you. I wouldn't have chased you. If it was up to me, you'd be talking out of a hole in the back of your head.
I want information.
Senor, I would like to help you, but I got a family in Mexico I have to provide for. And my compadres are very unreasonable.
Your compadres? Turn out your pockets. I need Ray to run down these silver dollars.
I need to make a deal. I need guarantees.
You have identification? Sanchez Erto, Mexican, Tijuana address. Here's the deal, Erto. You give me information, and I won't give you to immigration. Give me EJ, the driver bringing in the shipments, or I'll make you for it.
I run the shop. That's all I do.
Start talking, Airto. I want the names of everyone involved.
What difference does it make what I tell you? I'm still going to jail, no?
Tell me about the soup cans.
The soup is very popular, as you can see.
It's real funny, wise guy. You want to try saying that again with no teeth?
I get a delivery at 7:30 every other day from the factory. Jorge organizes everything.
We know about Jorge and Juan. Juan is dead. Tell us how you know the Cruz boys.
Ernesto put together this thing. He brought in Juan, Juan brought in Jorge.
Continue.
I was already here. Ernesto knows I'm illegal, so he threatened to report me if I didn't help. And the money is good. The gringos and the gringas, they love the reefer. And I didn't want to have to leave and start again in San Francisco.
You're breaking my heart.
You're under arrest, Airto. I'll speak to the DA and see if he will agree to not seize your assets or deport you. That's the best I can do. You've got this one chance to cooperate, Airto. Give me your delivery boys, or you'll do every year that we were saving for them.
All right. There's a shipment coming in tonight to the soup factory. Parnell's Soup Factory, 1 a.m. Ernesto will be there.
We should get some backup and stake out the cannery tonight.
Freddie said they were moving 50 pounds a week. That's a lot of soup cans.
I think this is an interstate operation. Moving dope around the country to selected grasshoppers. Local weed gets distributed in the usual way, through Pachuco street punks.
Someone must know something about this drug baron character.
Here they come. Let them unload the goods first.
Now?
Let's get them.
Look out!
All right, move. Move! Let's go! Everyone into position.
Got your back.
LAPD, put your hands where we can see them.
Go, fellas, get in there.
Throw out the guns. How long do you think you can hold out?
You're covered, Phelps. Throw it in.
You're surrounded, and your buddies are dead.
There, light them up. Take cover, you.
Stay down. Clear me some space here! I need someone to cover...
All clear? I think that's the last of them, Cole.
Detectives, found something here you probably want to see.
Tijuana address. We should see what the federales have on it. $1 per dead man. Doesn't seem like much for a human life.
God damn. I think we found our stash, Cole. Take a look in these boxes.
At the very minimum, another 50 pounds.
Detectives, I think we got the guy. Does the name Cruz mean something to you?
It certainly does. Yet another silver dollar. Must be $1,000 here.
Phelps, Earl, looks like quite a bloodbath. What was this all about?
Drugs and money. What else? Speaking of money, where did that roll go?
I picked it up for safekeeping. The department owes me 50.
Ray, I have another 2 coins for you.
Great. I've got something to show you. It's all set up on the table over here. There. Take a look at these coins you've been collecting.
There are letters cut into each coin, along with not legal tender. What does it mean?
Those are Morgan silver dollars from the 20s. They were removed from circulation and sent for disposal. A number of smelters around the country had the contract. Look at them together. Can you work out what it says?
first coin, MAS. The second, ANG. The third, KAY. The fourth, MET. The fifth, ALS. Masanke Metals.
A metal foundry. Would you like the address?
Would I ever?
1034 Vine Street, Hollywood. We'll finish up here. It's already been a long night, Phelps. See if you can talk them into giving themselves up.
You know the way. You can drive.
I hope that big wad of cash doesn't weigh you down.
Get your priorities straight, Phelps. We're close to bringing in one of the biggest dope cases of the year, and you're worrying about unsubstantiated.
Locked. We need another way in.
Christ!
That's that cop.
house. King's over 5. God damn it. You win one more hand, Andy. I'm taking my money and
Cover the
going
back door,
home.
Roy.
And fuck whose turn it is to my shop.
Hey, what can I say? I got...
Hey, who the fuck is that?
Find some cover!
There's a gun over here!
Shit, it really hurts. You okay?
I'll tell you when I see what's waiting for us at the top.
You can walk out of here, or you can go out in a box. Your choice. How long do you think you can hold out? Just my luck, out of ammo. LAPD, hands up!
Victor Sanders.
You know this guy?
I should have known.
Of course I know Roy. Roy and I have had an arrangement for many years.
You're under arrest.
Am I?
We have a mountain of prima facie evidence, as well as the testimony.
You'd be surprised how things have a habit of sorting themselves out. Evidence disappearing. Witnesses that can't be found. Policemen that forget. The impossible becomes probable when you have a client list like mine.
Shut your mouth! Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Working vice can be a thankless task, Phelps. But on behalf of the brass and the moms and dads and the concerned citizens, I'd like to commend you and your partner for smashing this dope ring. Reefer is almost as big a threat to the children of this city as communism.
What about Sanders, Lieutenant?
Leave Sanders to me, Phelps. The chief will be looking after that one personally.
He will be brought to trial.
Phelps, we are celebrating your success. Don't push your luck. Sanders is no longer your problem.
Your platoon is what remains of recon. I'm folding you into the 22nd. You'll be going up that damned hill tonight.
We're intelligence gathering, sir.
I don't need intelligence, son. I need men who can hold rifles and kill Japs. Tonight, you're a rifle company. We've got cooks, mechanics, and stretcher bearers all going into the line. We aim to break them tonight, Lieutenant.
Good to see you, Hank.
You too, Cole. How's your war?
Not quite what I expected.
As long as I live, I will never get over that sound.
Hey, who's that medic? He'll be killed going out there. It's Sheldon, the guy from the Osakawa Bridge. That guy's got no fear.
You didn't make it.
I didn't.
Go out there to save him.
What are you saying, man?
I went out there to put him out of his misery, to ease his pain. Do you have a problem with that?
Murder, Corman.
That's war, Lieutenant. Smell the stench. Feel the horrors of your breath on your neck.
You need help, man.
Call for me tonight, Lieutenant. When you're up on that hill. I've been up there 3 times already. The circles of hell have nothing on Sugarloaf Hill.
Get this madman out of my sight!
You like the fight game, Phelps?
I did a little boxing in the Marines. Experience.
Fix you a sandwich, buddy? Corned beef and egg salad, 12 cents. Bologna and ham and cheese, 10.
It's strictly a mug's game. You'll like this fight, though. A plucky limey's about to take a beating from an up-and-coming Negro.
You sound pretty sure about the result.
I ought to be. I got $50 on the black kid. Let's get a ringside seat. That son of a bitch Hammond made a run for his dressing room. Let's find out what's going on.
God damn you, Albert! You get out here right now!
Step back! LAPD! What's going on?
That son of a bitch Hammond has jammed the door.
And who are you?
Carlo Arcaro. I'm his manager.
I'm his trainer.
Interesting attitude to have towards a victorious athlete.
Victorious? We had an arrangement. We had a goddamn arrangement!
That limey bastard was paid to take a nap. He reneged.
And you were out of pocket?
Damn right. Me and a couple hundred other people.
Stand aside.
He squeezed out the window. I'll put an APB out on him.
Why would we do that? He won the fight fair and square.
To prevent him from getting clipped. He was paid to flop. There was big money riding on this
So are we
fight.
here because you lost money or because we're investigating a prize-fighting racket?
Very funny. Look around and see what you can find. Which is Hammond's locker?
Over by the pinboard, second from the end.
Doesn't tell me anything. Don't think this is anything.
You look troubled.
I'm in a jam, Doctor.
Can I help, Courtney? Is it money?
No, Doctor. That's okay. Do I have your professional confidence?
Whatever you say, we'll never leave this room.
I talked some of the guys in my old unit into doing something, and it's gone wrong. I guess I did it for the wrong reasons, for short-term gain. We came home from China on the Cool Ridge.
The morphine robbery.
That was us. I thought I could get the guys a fair share. Some sort of benefit for the sacrifices that they made in the war. Those guys deserve it, Doctor.
Oh, I'm sure they do, Courtney. But the deserving aren't always rewarded.
Tell me about it, Doc. We shifted our stuff onto this mob-connected guy, and it's been turning up all over town. It wasn't meant to be like this.
The presumption was rather naive, Courtney.
I know that now, Doctor. But people are dying.
Might I venture a few questions?
Sure.
Do your underworld contacts have all the morphine?
No, they don't. We doled it out, hoping we could control it.
Are they pressing you for further allocation?
That's the polite way of putting it, Doctor.
I may be able to help you, Courtney.
Thanks, Doc. It helps just to talk about it.
I mean, I have a solution that will help you financially and salve your conscience.
I'm all ears, Doctor.
I will transact to take all the narcotic off your hands, and you can rest assured that it will all be medically administered. I will use the funds that I no longer require for the purchase of medication and invest them in housing developments.
Housing?
The developments in question are housing projects for former servicemen. Your return will come from the sale of the properties, and your investment will benefit those that you care for most. Does this arrangement meet with your approval?
You're a magician, Doctor.
There's a phone number we can run by R&I, plus a bunch of names and odds. You're not the only one who likes a flutter, Roy.
You better find that cocksucker and you bring him to me.
I feel bad too, Mickey. He guaranteed me he would take the flop.
I guarantee that you will be fish food if you don't bring me... Roy, you out of pocket too?
Mickey? Seems that way.
Don't worry about it. My boys are out looking for him.
Well, you'd better call them off. This is a police matter now. If anything happens to Hammond, I'll testify that you made threats against him.
Who's the Greyhound? He's a frisky one, isn't he?
Cole Phelps? Mickey Cohen.
I know who he is, Roy. I, met his brother-in-law.
I think you had the mixture pretty scared back there.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
R&I could trace that phone number, find out who that limey was talking to before he cut out of here.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for the following phone number. AL345.
The address for the phone number is the Hotel El Mar, 6294 Leland Way, Hollywood.
Thanks, ma'am. You know the place?
Flop house. Quarter a night, no questions asked.
You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
You seem to have a pretty cozy relationship with Cohen and Stomp on.
Yeah, what do you want?
LAPD. We're making inquiries into the whereabouts of an Albert Hammond.
No one here by that name.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. This isn't the sort of place where people use their real names. Take a look at the register if you don't believe me.
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
Okay, so look for prominent Tommies. That should narrow it down.
Isn't he the cop they've been talking about on the radio? Want another commendation? Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked? Isn't he the cop they've been talking about on the radio? Want another commendation? Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
Winston Churchill, a very patriotic Englishman, is staying in room 207.
The old bulldog. Even at a flop house, Adley can't get out from his shadow. Door's unlocked.
Hey, looks like the thing is so...
Looks like he's had a broad up here.
Instaheat. Adrian Black's product of choice. Seems like a lifetime ago. Candy has expensive taste. Albert has his work cut out for him.
Who's Candy?
Candy Edwards, the lady who filled out this coupon.
All right, let's go after his girl. See if that gets us any closer.
I guess a fighter has plenty of time on his hands between bouts. Does Albert have somebody special? I didn't see anyone in his corner at the fight. He must be heading home. You know, I hope he makes it.
That crooked son of a bitch? No chance.
3 blondes walking to the bar.
No good to me. Gives us angle if he has a real love interest. Looks like Albert has been doing some homework. 11 grand would be a nice little nest egg.
Let me through. I just want a quick look is all.
Advice?
All right, let's go after his girl. See if that gets us any closer.
mister? Or are you just cracked?
All right, let's go after his girl. See if that gets us any closer.
So, you boxed in the Marines?
We all did.
I hope you got some money saved up.
We all did. Standard training.
I can't imagine you ever played dirty.
The only prize for taking a fall was 1,000 push-ups.
We need to know which room is Candy's.
LAPD, ma'am. We're looking for Candy Edwards.
Apartment 7. You take the outside stairs by the parking lot and turn left at the top. You friends of the Italian guy?
Italian guy?
Yeah. Sleazy type. Gave his name as Carlo. I didn't like the look of him, but Candy has some funny friends.
Thanks.
This Candy broad must be as sweet as she sounds. All these gentlemen callers.
Give it up, bitch.
Sounds like we're missing
He's
all
gone
the
and
fun.
fucked both
Get in
of us,
there,
and you know
Phelps.
where he's hiding. Now tell me where he is before I cut you.
Like hitting women, do you?
We had a goddamn
This isn't gonna end
affair!
well for you, friend. Out cold, but breathing. Give her a minute and take a look around.
Single ticket. One way. I guess there isn't a lot for Albert in Ohio. Scania sails from New York. Don't think this is any use to us.